Dear brothers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the Muslim as one ummah, one body. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Ali Imran, He gave us guidelines. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. O believers, fear Allah, the fear that is due to Him, and do not die but as Muslim. Then He explains to us how we die as Muslim. How can we maintain our status as Muslim and not to go out from the fold of Islam because of our behavior. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبِلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hold fast to the rope of Allah, all together, and do not disintegrate. So this is one of the signs of being Muslim, holding all together to the rope of Allah. What is the rope of Allah? It's metaphoric that people, when they are holding to one thing, they are all together. And this is the rope of Allah, that we are holding to it. His message and the example that He sent to us, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Holding to these all together, then this is the sign of being on the state of Islam. And if we are not following that, then there is a worry that we may not be on the state of Islam. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hold all together to the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and do not disintegrate. Do not go in different directions. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us what is the meaning of that. What's the value of holding together and not disintegrate. Reminding us of the past of this ummah before becoming Muslim. What were they? وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ. And bring to your conscience the bounties of Allah upon you. إِذْ كُنْتُمْ أَعْدَاءً فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ. You were enemies in the past. And this is the truth. People, or mostly Muslim countries, they were not better state at that time. They were the same. Before Islam, they were just different tribes fighting each other for anything. One tribe wants the resources of the other tribe, just raid them, fight them, kill them. They're worthless. Everybody is competing for his own selfishness. This was the state of people before Islam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding them about that. وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ. Remember the grace and bounties of Allah upon you, that you were enemies, but He brought your hearts together. And with the blessing of Allah, you became brothers. Is this not something that you should appreciate? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning them about coming back to this state, about getting out from the fold of Islam. وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ إِذْ كُنْتُمْ أَعْدَاءً فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ فَأَصْبَحْتُمْ بِنِعْمَتِهِ إِخْوَانًا وَكُنْتُمْ عَلَى شَفَا حُفْرَةٍ مِنَ النَّارِ فَأَنْقَذَكُمْ مِنْهَا كَذَلِكَ يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ آيَاتِهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ. You were almost at the verge of a pit of fire, at the edge of the pit of fire. You were not believing. You were not having any good norms in your life, killing each other, fighting each other, doing all bad things. This is your status before Islam. So you were about to fall into the pit of fire. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved you from that by bringing the message for you. So this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains His communications to you, His messages to you, that you may be guided. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is one aspect of being Muslim as part of a big ummah of Islam. وَلْتَكُنْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Let from among you rise a nation, enjoining what's good, forbidding what's evil. Those are the successful. So another aspect, the dynamic nature of this ummah. One aspect is holding fast, holding strongly, all together to the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and not disintegrate or not differ. The other aspect is the dynamic part. So after holding to the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and feeling that yes, we are brothers, we love each other, we are together, we are not different. So what are we supposed to do? We have to do something. There should be an ummah, a group, a nation from among the Muslims, rising to enjoin what's good and forbid what is evil. Those are the successful. So the ummah should have a message, should have a mission, inviting people for what is right, inviting themselves. If somebody made a mistake, reminding him this is not what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted. If somebody did good, may Allah reward you for that. You are doing good. So we have to acknowledge our good qualities. And we have to realize if something is going wrong, that we should come together and rectify that error. This is the dynamic nature of Ummah of Islam. Not just holding the rope and standing still, but having a mission. وَلْتَكُنْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ ولا تكونوا كالذين تفرقوا واختلفوا من بعد ما جاءهم البينات وأولئك لهم عذاب عظيم. Do not be like those. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always giving us example of people before us, how their religion disappeared, how their religion was twisted, and warning about becoming like them. Do not be like those who differed and disintegrated after the clear proofs came to them. For those is a severe punishment. When يوم تبيض وجوه وتسود وجوه. On the day when some faces turn white, radiant, and some faces turn dark. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to turn our faces radiant, happy with our deeds in this life, happy with the blessings and mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ادعوا الله وأنتم موقنون بالإجابة. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله ومن والاه. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Dear brothers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us about the benefit of coming together. Benefit in this life and the hereafter. And we have to do an effort that will bring us all together. And that effort is inviting one another for what's good, enjoining what's good, and forbidding what is evil. Stopping what's wrong. Because if we leave that wrong propagating within the ummah, like a rotten apple in a box, the whole box will go rotten. However, dealing with people is different than dealing with a rotten apple. Dealing for da'wah of Allah, ادعو إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة. Turn yourself to the front, please. No, you. I mean, ادعو إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة. When we say on joining, what's good, forbidding what's evil. Doesn't that insinuate that we should use force or should use violence? People have brain, and we can talk and have dialogue with them. Normally, people will accept what is good. Unless somebody is too crazy, then there is a law. Then the Ummah should have a law to handle that situation. But no one is entitled to be violent or rectify something with something worse than it. Yes, we are ordered, if we see something wrong, try to rectify it with your hand if you can, without causing harm. Using your hand to rectify what's wrong. Say if you find two people fighting with each other, you can use your hands by separating them. So you can use hands. You are not causing harm in this case. But if you find somebody is doing a little mistake and you punish him because of that, you are causing damage and harm more than perhaps the mistake he's doing. So we understand how to use our hand to rectify things, to make things right, not to make damages in the community and to make hatred. So we need to rectify things with your hand if we can. If we cannot, with our tongue, with the nice admonition, nice words, or sometimes strong words, to be effective. But you want to do things better. Always your objective to make things better. If you cannot do better, neither by your hand nor with your tongue, then in your heart. Always think about it. This is bad. It shouldn't have happened. And whenever a chance happens or comes, try to rectify it. So don't leave the matter as if nothing happened. Keep it in your heart, waiting for the time to correct that problem. Either yourself or raise it with other people or raise it to the law. So always be dynamic and be positive in your behavior. Do something with your hand without causing harm, with your tongue without causing harm, or at least keep it in your heart and always think about it. Wait for the time to do things better. Don't leave it just as if nothing happened. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the right direction so that we will follow His message and hold fast and strongly to His rope that He extended to us and keep us as one ummah, enjoying what's good, forbidding what's evil, and believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.